This is part of a series of stubs on things I was interested in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I went through some issues and haven't been uploading these videos, and I decided to finish them up. And let's talk about the Minnow from Gilligan's Island. This has already been done. This is a form of lost media and lost materials and objects, like the literal props. The first Minnow was purchased and towed out to Kauai and used in the beach scenes. GilligansIsland.com, minnow.html. It had a crow's nest and or extra few windows. And yes, I'm editing while I'm doing this. Minnow version 1.0. A backdrop Honolulu rental in port used to tape the passenger's arrival. It had a call number, GG1001, just used for those scenes. Minnow 2, otherwise known as 1.1, yes, I'm using both systems that people have decided to standardize on, was a Marina Del Rey rental, 1968 to 1964, 11-meter long, or 37-foot long, mahogany Wheeler Express cruiser named the Blue Jacket that later was in Canada at Vancouver, Parksville, 2006, and Nanaimo in 2025. Minnow 3, otherwise known as 1.2 for some reason, make and model unknown, no data I could find. Minnow 4, 1.3 version, seen in the opening shots of the color episodes, was a CBS studio prop that is now stored at MGM-Disney Studios in Florida. Just done a video on other things we scrapbooked to the point that we're hoarding. Let's continue with this example. Minnow 5, or 1.4, was a wood skeleton stripped down or purpose-built to look like one of these things torn apart that was used after the episode where they put super glue on the Minnow and it tore it apart. Some of you might remember. What was the island? The island of Loe, or Moku o Loe, on the windward side of Oahu in the blue waters off of Kaneohe Bay, was the island. Now, this all is fun and chewing gum for the mind, as we used to say in the old days, laughingly. But is this worth retaining? This is many years ago. This is 1960s. This is before I was born. This is over 50 or 60 years old. This information, is it of value to people, except for nostalgia? Or are we just filling in the blanks for where was it? Who was it? Who was the extra that played that thing? Who played the big giant spider thing? The deadly early morning spider, or whatever it was called on the show. That I was, do we need to know the stunt person that was inside of the Horta-beast from Star Trek? We have gotten to the point that all of these missing bits of data have created an obsessive need for us to know the history of everything and have it nailed down to the point that if we don't have it, people will just make up data. Am I repeating information that's accurate? Does it matter? Is this apocrypha designed and built, created from the purpose, the absolute purpose of us just deciding we're going to enjoy it for the TV show, the weekend, or whatever, and then drop it later because, it'll be on reruns or it won't? This is a show that went off the air at one point, right? That was only in circulation because people valued it after the fact. Same thing with Star Trek. Is this important? Every society and culture and every person comes to the point that they decide they've got a bunch of all this junk and they don't need it. As I became a grown-up and went past my childhood, I abandoned childish things. Is this an example of growth or just us giving up? Is this what's holding us back or keeping us grounded? Should we be shooting for the stars instead? What is this? What does it mean? What does it mean to you? We're at 5 minutes. I hope I haven't wasted your time. But I'm having a level of ennui or anti-nostalgia because how many gigabytes of your hard drive is filled up with stuff? Oh, I don't do that. Okay. How many of you have subscriptions to movies and music recordings and stuff that you hoard, but it's not on your hard drive, so it's okay? I have entire stacks, literally stacks this tall, of compact discs on a spool with music. It's just music I stole off the internet. Yes, I'm guilty. I haven't played that crap in 10 years or more. Should I stick it all in a microwave and video record it? I'm a Fahrenheit 451 hoarder. Everything that's banned or hated or was valuable to somebody but was later abandoned is more valuable. Why is it valuable? Is it? Finding out the SS Minnow, one of the versions, one of many versions, was a variety of yacht you can get a hold of, or boat. And some of them were just stage-built things. Some of them were props. Some of them were real. Some were fake. Some were just altered. It's like finding out the kit car, the original cyber car in TV show, was literally just operated by a guy sitting in the passenger seat, driving the car with ropes and pushing the gas pedal in a fake seat. Because it's practical movie making and TV show making. The Horta was a guy in a suit made out of rugs and stuff. Is this really important? I'm sitting here editing this to where it'll fit correctly. I'm aware of what YouTube will flag me for. I'm doing all of this work for chewing gum for the mind. Stuff that has no real effect. I'm even making sure I'm using Oxford commas and everything like that. Are we all just kind of tricked into doing the busy work to keep us busy? We're in the Matrix and it's a content farm. Don't forget that. The futility of existence is something everybody runs into, and I'm having an existential crisis for the umpteenth time in my life. Literally, I've had this happen dozens or maybe hundreds of times. And as of April 29th, 2026, I'm starting to wonder, at the age of 58, was any of this worth the squeeze? So yet another video gets put on my channel and gets viewed by a couple of dozen people. That's fine. It's not the point. If it was the point for the view count, I wouldn't be running any of these channels anymore. Is it done out of spite because YouTube got me into a sunk cost fallacy by constantly threatening to and eventually shutting down all of my channels just to keep this rage bait method for controlling my behavior and causing me to create content for them? Is that something I'm realizing that I really should have put away somewhere else? I've been asked by relatives and friends and people on the internet, don't you think you should go out and get a real job? I started this when I had one. And I kept doing it when I couldn't find one, and I kept doing it when I couldn't find a place to live. I don't have a driver's license because I haven't lived in a place that required that I drive in a very long time. I like that. I'm very privileged in that way. I've had the ability to get away with falling back on my capabilities, but right now I'm having an existential crisis about something I did on a daily basis 6 or 7 times a day, loading Windows 7 on a damn laptop over here. Not because I'm having an existential crisis, because I'm wondering, does any of this matter? Even on my computer, instead of just reloading it, I've taken to just teasing the thing into working forward and not really doing a proper nuke and replay like I'm supposed to, even though I prepped for it a dozen times. Out of spite for it being aggressively interested in screwing me over. Same thing with Google Corporation. Same thing with Firefox doing stuff. Same thing with Facebook doing shit you didn't like. Are we all just being tricked into participating into this? Should we nuke and repave our online existence and fix it? I have questions and I have no answers. Maybe I'll make a video telling everybody, hey, on this date, if you want to participate in it, we just destroy our social media footprint, uninstall all the apps, unsubscribe, no longer do any, subscription services, turn off everything that they use for getting information out of us. Everybody goes out and sells their expensive car, they keep spying on them, and buy a car so old it doesn't have the ability to. Just make them have nothing. Starve the system for information, because it's no longer based on your work, your wares, your effort, your energy, your wattage, your man hours. It's based on mining you for clicks and demographic data and market research. And that's what's powering a lot of the evil in this world, and I don't know any way to fight it other than to starve it. The dead internet theory, it may not be a prediction anymore. Maybe it's something we should do as a tactic. I'm going to label this the SS Minnow from Gilligan's Island, blah, 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 a short stub. It's obviously not short. But I'm starting to see that we've created this situation, and we do have power over it to a very limited extent. History will little remember, nor long remember, or little note, or long remember. I forgot what the quote is. It's one of the most famous speeches on the planet. I had to memorize in grade school and high school, like a lot of you did. Yes, in grade school. And maybe that's what we should go for. I don't want to be an influencer. Never have been. Never wanted to be. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe we shouldn't want to be influencers or have high view counts. Maybe we should seek to be forgotten, except by people who give a shit about us deeply and closely. Maybe we should do that about all of the media and all the content. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. It's not apathy. It's an active understanding that our desires for our past and our whatever are being used to make sure that we... I have a playlist of favorite songs that's so long I can't play it and listen to it all. And a stack of CDs the same. Maybe you do too. Let's think about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You'll need it.